Good morning, colleagues.
Good morning.
Can I kindly request that we mute our videos and our microphones? In the meantime, we are still waiting for the chairperson to give us the rules before we start the pre-launch.
Rita, kom hier.
Can we kindly mute, colleagues, our videos and our microphones? Thank you.
Hey.
Little loss. Se ke re motho battery e timme ka nako motho ha ba jatela battery le tje.
Good morning, colleagues. A warm, hearty welcome to everybody that has managed to join in this morning. It is a pre-launch of our very new integrated online system. I want to acknowledge the presence of the chairperson from our board, Professional Board Social Work, Mayor Sharon Florentine. I want to acknowledge all of you, those who logged in very early, all the early birds. Welcome and thank you so much for making the time on this very cold morning. There's a nice cold breeze. And Elaine Harrison, also chairperson of our IT Business Engineering Committee. And I want to, in absentia, also just mention the delegates from the Office of the Minister who will be coming to join us. And I want, without any further ado, to just declare the meeting open. This is a special session where we've invited all our stakeholders, all important stakeholders, employer sector, forums, to join us on this much-awaited day where we will be unveiling our new systems within Council. I know that more often people, have issues with our communication or the lack of communication. But today we are gathered here to see that with all the feedback that we've been receiving from all of you, that we've taken heed of all the issues that you've been raising, and we have done something about it. And our chairpersons who are here will attest to the fact that there's been ongoing deliberations over the 6 years that Council has been in existence to look at how we can improve our communication, but also access issues, how we can make sure that the turnaround is very minimal. So I am very, very excited that this day has actually arrived. And as you have all seen from our notices or invites, that on the 1st, we are launching this new system. We will be going live, and I will leave this for Lungi to say more. But as your program director, I'm just so excited. I can't hold myself. So I want to declare the meeting open and hand over to Lungi to show the program so that we know where we are at. And I will just request that as people are talking, at the point where you want to raise your hand or you want to be recognized, then you can unveil your camera. But throughout the proceedings, please close your videos unless you are taken to the podium to speak. And if you're not speaking, please mute your mic as well, so that we respect those who will be on the podium speaking. So Lungi, please show the video. I see that Vice President Ndate Donald Ngonyama has also joined us, and also Dr. Marie Krier. from the committee, Prof. Goliath, from our Summerstrand University, and I'm sure there's lots and lots of colleagues from different corners of our country who are joining in. This is a very historic moment for us to be unveiling this new system and other hidden systems that you might not know about, like our call center, and our IT strategic unit will unveil some of the innovative things that have been happening behind the scenes, so that you can see indeed that Council is caring about the sector and Council is moving, within the fourth industrial revolution. We're taking it, beyond, and we've done so much to catch up so that there is more easier communication with our sector, and there's more support as well. So with that, I've just declared our session open, and I'm going to hand over now to Ms. Mbuzo, our Communications and Public Relations Officer, to explain the purpose of the session. Thank you.
Good morning, Chairperson, and good morning to our key stakeholders. I just want to thank you so much for availing yourselves this morning. As the registrar has mentioned just now, that we're going to be unveiling the new system that is going to assist us a lot in terms of us tracking the registration, as the registrar has mentioned, that previously or currently we are still using the manual system where practitioners are sending their registrations to us and we capture them ourselves on the system. So this new system that is going to be unveiled today, people will be able to register themselves on their phones, on their laptops. Our IT practitioner is going to guide us on how that is going to be done, and is going to be showcasing it on the system. And also it's going to be assisting us a lot in terms of all the queries that we've been getting since this new council started. So it's going to solve that problem of people not able to get their registration certificates on time, not being able to get their receipts on time. So this is going to help us a lot in that. So without further mincing my words, I'm just going to hand over to the chairperson so that our IT practitioner is going to be able to assist us in terms of going forward. Also, just to mention that even people that are currently registered with us, so that is going to be explained on how that is going to be, how they're going to be able to print their certificates once this system is migrated, because the current system now, everyone that is on the current system will have to be migrated to the new system. So we'll get an indication as to maybe by when will the current people who are registered with us will be able also to be able to print their certificates if they want to reprint, or their receipts if they want to print the receipts. So I'm just glad that this moment has arrived, as the registrar has mentioned, that today is going to be a new day. Come the 1st of June is going to be, a new day in the sector where people now will be able to print in the comforts of their homes, apply in the comfort of their homes, pay their receipts and everything at the palm of their hands. So I'm very excited for this moment. I'm just going to hand over now to the chairperson who's going to guide us on the next item. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Mbuzo. And without any further ado, I want to now invite Mr. Molapo and his team to unveil the system. So he will first start by just telling us about the migration process and the system overhaul. It has taken us almost two years to just, start rebuilding the system. So he will tell us all about that and then go straight into the presentation of the new system. Over to you, Ntate Molapo.
Good morning, everyone. My name is J.B. Molapo. I'm the IT officer at the South African Council for Social Services Professions.
Please put on your Ntate Molapo.
Sorry?
Please put on your video so that members of the sector can identify you.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Hi, everyone. My name is Malapo. I'm the IT officer at the South African Council for Social Services Professions. And thank you very much for pulling through, for launching this beautiful system that we just created for Council. It was about time that we go digitally as well to ensure that we deliver quality services to our clients after all the problems we've been encountering in the past and with the old obsolete system that we used to have initially. So currently we're going to be running these two systems in parallel until we have fully launched and loaded the new system into production. Thank you very much. So what I'll do now is I'm going to share the screen on how you utilize the new system and how you log into it and everything. Okay. So this is what we call our landing page. This is where all the clients are gonna first land at. You're going to receive a link. When you receive that link for the system, this is the first welcome page or landing page you're going to get. So the system operates differently. In fact, it's not really different. It's the same as any other system. Before you utilize the system, you have to create a profile, which is signing up. Say for internet banking, you have to equally sign up for you to utilize internet banking or any other system that is out there. So it goes no different for this one as well. So the first thing that you do on this new system, you have to create a sign up. You're going to sign up as the new user. You'll be creating a profile for you. So what you do, you're going to provide your username, your cell phone number, your email address, confirm your email, create the password and confirm the password. And then you must read and accept the terms and conditions of the system. When you click on the terms and conditions of the system, a new page is going to be highlighted for you.
Mr. Malapo?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, my dear. Can you please enlarge your presentation?
Not a problem at all.
Thank you.
So these are the terms and conditions for utilizing the system, and they're quite detailed. So we can read through it at our own time. Intellectual property rights, user representations, user registrations, prohibited activities. Everything is outlined properly here for all of us to make and utilize for the system. Up to number 22, they can go through all of them. So we come back to our own page. The first thing that you do is you have to sign up. So how you sign up, you create a username. It can be any username that will be remembered by you. So I'll just create one. I'll just use my name is DB, so I'll just use DB. This is my username. My cell phone number is 0733720097. So we're going to receive an SMS on this number afterwards. You put in the email address that you want Council to communicate you with. So I'll just put this one because I'd already created using my work one. So you put the password. You don't share this password with anyone. If you can check the terms and conditions of utilizing the system, what is prohibited and all those things, like prohibited activities, don't share your password with anyone. You put the password that you want to access the system with, and then you confirm the password. And then accept, and then you sign up. So this is you creating the profile. After you fill all that information, you've not yet logged into our system. For you to access our system, you have to go to your emails. On your emails, you're going to receive an email from Council requesting you to log into to verify you are the person that created that account. So if we can check. So these are my emails. This is the email that came from council. You click on the email, you open it. Thank you for clicking on with council. Your sign up profile is being initiated with SACSSP. So you click this link. It's like an OTP to confirm you can complete the creation of the profile. So I've clicked the link. As soon as I've clicked this link, it takes me back to the screen. I put in the username that I started with, which is DB. And then I put the password that I created to utilize the system. And then I log into the system now. Having logged into the system, these are choices that I have. Each and every person here, we do have social workers and youth and childcare workers. Before you start registering yourself, a list of required documents can be found here. If you click here on the word here, it's going to list everything that is required of you to complete the application so that you don't have to go around and say, okay, I since submitted 3 months back, I'm going to find there's something that is missing that we could not process your application. So when you click here, it opens the following. If a social auxiliary worker, these are the things required, auxiliary worker, student, blah, blah, blah. So you go through all that to check what is that is requested of you to attach or to put in so that you can complete your application. So we're coming back to application. I'm going to choose to be a social worker. On the social worker fraternity, there's 4 things inside: social auxiliary worker, student social worker, and social worker professional. So I'm just going to be a social worker. Now you put in the title, Master, and what is your first name? It's DB Molapo. I don't have a maiden name, Molapo. Are you a South African, non-South African, or permanent resident with ID? So these are the options that we have currently. If you're a South African, you'll put in your ID number and then it will be populated. And then automatically, if you put your ID number, the date of birth will be automatically filled in for you. If your ID number does not have 13 digits or it's wrong, it's going to query it. You'll not be able to proceed from here. And then it's going to populate the gender for you automatically. If you're a non-South African, if you click on this non-South African tab, it's going to list an option where you're going to choose any country that you might come from. If you're a permanent resident, you put this, yes. So I'm going to put my ID number, 9260. I'm going to put my ID number, random ID number, 2216. So I'm going to miss my ID number intentionally to verify if it's going to pick it up. So I'll put 89 here. You see, it tells us that ID number does not appear to be authentic. Please enter the correct ID number. So this is one of the problems we were having in the old system. The old system would authorize or authenticate you even if your ID number is wrong. So the beautiful thing about our system is centralized. We have linked up with, we're going to link up with Home Affairs. We're just finalizing that process. We're going to link up with SACSSP, and then we're going to link up with NetBank to ensure that each and everything that we do is connected to Home Affairs and all those things, so that someone cannot come in and apply with someone's ID number. So I'm going to put my the right ID number. Say 5, it will go through. You see, the moment I put the right ID number, automatically it has populated the date of birth for me without touching it. It has populated that I'm a male. Then I can put my work numbers, 422365, gender, I'm single, language. So you can choose any language. I'm Sotho, ethnicity, African, colored, Indian, or white. You select that. If you have disability, you say yes, and then it will list options of the disability that you might be having. Let's test it. Options. So disability, visual impairment, death of hearing, mental condition, intellectual disability, or you say other. If you say other, and then it's going to be a pop-up is going to appear, and then you stipulate what is that other specifically. If you have disability, if not, you just leave it as it is. Communication method. From all this, when I say save, an SMS is going to be sent to me. Remember when I was signing up on the other side, I put a cell phone there, cell phone number. So I want communication method. I want council to communicate with me through SMSs and emails. When I say save, I'm going to receive an SMS currently in my phone, of which I'll share now on the screen. Yeah, that I think we all had it. It's an SMS coming from council. It reads so: your application has been received on our system. Your temporary reference number is LIB 637894. So what I'll do is, I'm not sure if this SMS will be visible for transparency. Let me just switch on my video. It's not visible.
You can see it.
Yeah, let me just try to make it bigger. The light is too much. Not sure if. So your application has been received. Your temporary reference number is the following. So that's the SMS that I received at the moment I say save.
Good.
So what we've done, we've built a very interactive system. This is the second communication that I'm getting as we go by. The first one was the fact that we have received, the application has been received. Another second is the fact that I've just created this profile and I got a notification on my cell phone. And if you can check my emails, now that I've just created that profile and everything, a second email has come through. New registration. Hi, DB Malapo, your application has been received on our system. Your temporary reference number is LIB 637894. This reference number should be kept very safe. This is not your registration number. It is your reference number, not your registration number. So this reference number is linked to your registration number, just like you don't know as yet, is linked to your invoice number on the back end. To do away with these problems of we having unidentified fees, someone goes to the bank and pays using the wrong reference number. Then back then we could not locate the funds. There's so many queries that people come and they pay and they lose their proof of payment. And equally, we could not trace who paid. And we cannot just refund everyone that used to claim that they've paid without providing evidence. So the beauty about this system is the fact that we've linked our four components. The reference number is going to be linked to your invoice number. Your invoice number is going to be linked to your registration number. And it's going to be linked to another invoice number internally for us at Sage here. So even if you go to the bank, you lose your proof of payment, we know, as long as you put the right reference number. Not that people must lose the proof of payments. It's very nice. I'll show you when I get to the finance side of things. If you go to the bank, because you're going to be linked up with NetBank, you pay using online banking, or you go to the bank and then you pay. Automatically, NetBank is going to notify council that the following individual has paid. We can even know even before you submit your proof of payment to us that you have paid. It already updates us on the system, and it fast tracks the issue of issuing the receipts. Thank you very much. So we are on the second page here. This is where you put in your residential address. Are you based in South Africa? No, yes. If it's a yes, you say yes. Where in South Africa? You stay at 45 North, and then it's one more. Okay, this is the apartment 45 North Flats. And then the street number, church is everywhere, Church Street. Where in Pretoria here, Sunnyside. And then the postal code is 0002. And then the province, The moment you come to the provinces, we have pre-populated districts for you as well to alleviate the issue of people, because people on the old system, it gave us errors because someone would say, I live in Polokwane, and you would select the province to be KZN, of which we know that is very wrong information. And it's one of the things that we had to do away with, because when we are doing vaccinations, we struggle so much to locate people because of the old system. But with this new, proper, beautiful system, now it tells you by default, the moment you choose Gauteng, there's all these districts under Gauteng. And then you say City of Tshwane. If you're in Tshwane, it's going to list each and everything under Tshwane that we have. If you say you are in Sidibeng, under Sidibeng, you have the following places. Under West Rand, you have the following places. So we've pre-populated everything so that people don't struggle. In Joburg, you have the following. So I'll just say City of Tshwane, and then I'll just say, where is it? I can just put anything that I want. Pretoria North, perfect. So that is your residential address. And then we're going to go to your postal address. If need be, we have to post anything for you. You still have to provide the same information if the postal and residential are the same or they're different. So Sysman will be the same. I'll just utilize the same information. 45 North Flats. And Church Street. To mention, with this new system, if you do not populate all the required information, you will not be able to process your application, or you'll not even move any further than where you are. So it's imperative that you make sure that all the information that is requested by the system is populated. And then your Gauteng, and then city, it's City of Tshwane, and then it's Pretoria North, if it's your postal address, and then you say save. The moment you save this, you see where it brings you. Remember the reference number that I spoke about earlier, LIB, blah, blah, blah. That is the one that is within your email. It's the same one that is here on those emails. And then your full names are here. Your application status, it's new. This is your addresses. This is where you stay. So you can now see as you go by, as you work the system, it tells you, okay, fine, this is where I am and all that information. Now we come to one of the most important things on this is the issue of documents. We have to upload documents. Remember on the old application form. So what we've basically done, we've taken the old application form as it is. We've just converted it into a soft copy so that clients can just go in there and capture the information themselves, and then they can proceed from there. And then we come to the second part of the system, which is the documents. Remember, on that list that we provided here, you remember this list, things that are required to be attached depending on if you are CYC or social work, it's a whole list of them. You come here, you say upload documents. For ID, you know you must get an ID. You choose file, you locate where you have put your stuff. So I'm just gonna put here and say system test documents. So I'm gonna take this and say my ID, I upload ID. And then I say save file. So it's attaching, so you wait, okay, fine. And then I come to my documents. You see the ID has been attached here on the system. So we good now. So you still have to go back to that list of the things that we require to process your application. You can view it if you think it's the wrong thing that you have uploaded. You just come here and then you just say view ID. So you view your ID, it's here. You can delete it if you attached something wrong. So just delete it and attach something right again. Go to documents again. Now I want to upload, say, the proof of payment. If I paid at the bank, I just scan it. I must send it to council, or I must attach it here on the profile. Say ID, degree, academic record, because just a second. So now I must upload the proof of payment. So say proof of payment. So I go choose file. I say proof of payment. Choose file. I attach the proof of payment. I'm attaching it now. So as we go by with this process, can someone kindly start putting files on the site? I want us to have a trial run, maybe say 5 people. We should use the system. I'll give you access to log in from the other side, and then you test it live here in front of everyone so that you can see what is it that we're doing, and then you can do it on the other side for yourself as well. But after I'm done presenting and everything. Thank you very much. The other 2 documents that I've attached, these are the documents, your proof of payment and your ID. You go to your professions. You see by default, it's calculated on depending on what profession that you've chosen. You know, you already owe 672, which is your annual fee and your registration fee. So it's so smart. Every time you register, let's say you register in October, you know that there is fees are different depending on what time of the year you register. Automatically, it will choose for you how much you owe. So you don't have to worry about the issues of how much I owe. It's this period that I paid that, I paid that. No, it tells you by default when you've chosen a certain profession. The ones for youth and childcare are different, and the ones for social work. So on the professions, when I started, I chose this my reference number. I'm social work. I'm inactive because my application is still new. We've not processed it in council. Okay, I'm still busy with all those things. Okay, now we come into academics, qualifications, new qualification. Wherever you've started, you choose if it's student childcare and youth care or wherever where you choose anything. So you can choose diploma, human sciences institution. You studied at VETS. You select. Have you done studying or you're still busy? You've completed your qualification. Good. Is it a certificate, a diploma, or a degree, or other? If it's other, you choose other and then you specify if it's master's or doctorate or whatever. So I'll just put a degree. When did you start this qualification? So this is just for an example. So I'll just say I started in 2020, February the 20th. Yes. And then when did you complete your qualification? I completed this year. This is just an example, 2020 to 2021, or can make it 2022. Just for argument's sake, yes. So it's a qualification, it's a qualification that I'm going to attach. Choose file. Where is that degree of yours that you have said you've completed? You come here again to your attachments. Here's my degree. Attach my degree. And then I say save. Please be warned. The system only accepts, it does not accept any Word document or Excel spreadsheets. No, it only takes pictures and then PDF files. Because the reason we do that is for security, so that things are a bit locked and they cannot be modified like the Word and change be modified. If you come to your documents that you've attached, I've just attached my degree here. You also go back to my qualifications again, human sciences. If you have another degree that you're still busy or diploma or whichever qualification, you can add. They'll always populate on your profile. So if you've done national diploma in CYC as well, where did you do it with UNISA? Have you completed? No, it's still pending. So you say pending. If you've completed, you say completed. What is the? It was just a diploma. It was just a certificate. And then you look back when did you started? I'm using this arrow because it gets things a bit simpler for you to go to dates. But if it's a date further far off, you can just click on this and then click on. It's going to take you to years back like this, you know. So you just say January 2014, that's when you started that one. When did you finish it? 2017, June. Yeah. That's when you completed. It was just this, and then you choose again. If it's another degree or you need an academic record, you attach that academic record, and then you say save. If you can come to the documents again, everything that you've been doing. You come here. On the finance portion. The finance portion, you view an invoice. You can view it. So this will be how your invoice looks like. Amount due. So we have integrated what we call OZO. OZO is a payment gateway facility. So what you do straight from here, you can just say pay with OZO. It's for those that have internet banking. You can complete your application once off from here. So the moment you pay with OZO, you can even download your invoice and just come here, open. It's here. So this is the OZO landing page. This is taking you straight to all the banks that we currently have in South Africa. So we've teamed up with all of them to the internet. So depending on which bank you use. Depending on which bank you use, you'll come to this page. This page, you select the bank that you're currently using. So if you're using FNB or ABSA, it takes you to any of the internet banking. So you just come here, select FNB. You put in your user account for FNB and you put in your password for FNB. So what it's going to do is it's going to go straight into your banking app. And then it's going to take that amount, 672. And then it takes that 672, and then you could have paid. That means you're done with the process. You've completed everything that we require. So, but for this is just a test, because if I log in here, it's going to go to my banking and it's going to take my money. So I'm not going to go there. But yes, from here, you log in into your internet banking, and then you do the payment, and then you're done.
I didn't send a letter. I'm actually waiting for his file to come.
The letter, Jesus. Can you kindly all mute yourself?
I'm going to start removing people from the meeting if they keep on doing the interruptions. Miss Mantime, can you please close your video? Please, if you're not talking or not presenting, please switch off your video. Thank you. Back to you, Ndatemolapa.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Yeah, so after you log into your internet banking, you do the payment, then you're done. As the client, you've done everything that you're supposed to do. Now everything that is left with the council. The council is going to receive your application form, and then I'm going to log in into the back end of what we see here as the registration department of council to approve your application. So if you did your application, you did all those things, say in 5 minutes, and then you send in the application to us, it comes through, everything is in order, you've attached the proof of payment, your academic record is clear, and all those things. And then we accept it as registration in council. In the next 5 minutes as well, you'll be fully registered. And another 5 minutes or 10 minutes, we will be able to send you your digital certificates. So we can say that we have shortened the process of registrations from the long time that we used to take of a month to 3 months or so to at most 30 minutes. If everything is done well, in 30 minutes, you can be fully registered and have your receipt. So I'll just go back, cancel this payment because I'm not paying. I cancel the payment. My money. You see the response transaction for this invoice with reference blah blah was cancelled successfully. I cancelled this transaction because I didn't pay. So we'll go run over this for the second time so that whoever has any questions that might arise or didn't understand something initially. So this is where we capture your address. I captured your address, it's written here. You can modify it, you come here again, it brings you back here, you modify it. And then let's say you've changed addresses. You just go to your profile, look into your profile, you update your address on your own so that if we have to send something over to you, we always have the most recent information that you have. You go back to your profile again, you check your documents again, okay, I've attached everything. If you need to add something more, you add. If you need to delete, you can delete again. That is before you send to us. This is the profession that you've selected. This is your reference number, the description. You're still inactive because your application is still new. It's not yet in the hands of council. And the qualifications, this is where you're attaching all your qualifications that you're currently having. If you have another qualification, you just come here, you add the qualification as we did on the previous one, and then you can save it afterwards. And then you go to your finances where we were earlier. You can view the receipt, and then this is just an invoice. Let's not confuse it for that receipt that you get, which is your practice card. This is an invoice. And then as the client, after you've done the payment, you're done. You'll receive an email notifying you that your application has been sent to council. And then upon receival this side, when we get your application, we will inform you. And then I'm going to log out now from the system. I am going to log in as council, and I'm going to show you what is it that as council in the back end we see, we check so that we can register you before we're registering. One of the list of things, which is our checklist, is these things that are put here. Remember when I started, I showed you these things. We're just going to go through them as council in the back end to ensure that when you're applying, you included all those things. Then we can approve or reject your application. So I'm going to log out now as the client, and I'm going to log in now as council, because what I've been doing here is what social workers and youth and childcare, all the practitioners that we have, this is the process that you're going to follow through. This is the application form. We've taken the application form, we've made it into a digital page so that you can just complete this wherever you are, from the comfort of your home, office, or wherever you are. So I don't have to wait for council to fill in the application forms, post them here, or drive up here. So you can do it. This site is going to be available 24 hours per day. You can do your application at any point in time. So you check your things, everything is in order, and then I'm going to log out now. Your application status is still new. So I have to log in now as council to check this application that you have sent as a client. Are we still following those so far?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Is it complex or is it simple to use?
It looks simple to me.
It is doable.
Okay, I'm just gonna try getting. I'm just gonna try and look into the back end of the system so that you can see it, and then show you how we're going to approve your applications and all those things.
Mr. Mulapo?
I register. Yes, I'm here. I was just logging into the back end. I got my screen still shared. You can see everything.
No, we see the program now.
Oh, my bad. Okay, let me log out so that we can see it properly.
Okay, we back in.
Yes, I'm back in. So this is we as well as council. We're going to log in via the back end. This is how the back end looks. It looks similar like the front end. So you're gonna log in.
Enlarge your screen, DB. Enlarge your screen. Thank you.
So I'm currently logging in as a council employee so that I can work on your application. I have to make it smaller a bit so that if it's still visible to everyone. So these are some of the applications that we've been receiving. I want to. That one that we did was this one. If everyone still remembers it, it's me, my name, and all those things. So we as council here, when we log in the morning into the back end of the system, this is what we're going to see. We're going to see everyone's application that's going to be listed here. So all we do, we just come to the profile that someone needs to work on. And then this is what we're seeing as staff for council. Now we open our checkbox. Is the address populated? Yes, here's the address and everything. It's here. Documents are all the documents attached as per this. Yes, all the documents are attached. Oh no, you check them. Which profession is the person? This is the reference number, social worker, inactive, and start date, end date, and all those things. The qualifications, yeah, the qualifications. Human sciences, okay. Let me check the documents. Did they attach the qualification? Yes, it's here. Let me view it if it's the degree. Here's the degree. Awesome. The academic record. Let me view the academic record as well. Because we have to check all these things as council before we can register you. We checked everything is in order. The proof of payment, he said he has paid. Let me check the proof of payment. Yes, it's in order. The ID copies attached and certified as per that. Yes, it is. Awesomeness. That is on the qualification, the finances. Okay. Now that person has paid, but it's going to be a different case now. You see here it says payment status failed. I canceled the payment that side because it was going to my personal account and take the money. So that is why the money is not being allocated as yet. And only after as well, we have checked that the proof of payment is here. We have verified with the bank that yes, indeed, the person has paid. Only then we can allocate this funds to you. So we just say allocate the funds. And then if you've emailed the proof of payment as well for that, you just say like, and then we're good to go. Then we can say process the payment. So now the person.
Somebody is speaking again.
Sorry, ma'am, I've just muted them again. It's not a problem. Yes, so we are here. This is the application for DB that I have to approve. Outstanding. After I allocated the finances there, after I did this allocation here of paid, it changed the outstanding fees here. It was 6 something before, but after I've done the allocation, the outstanding fees are now gone. Now we come to the issue of, am I approving or rejecting you? That's how easy it has got now. If I have to approve you, I'll just have to come here and say, okay, I can approve you. That means you're registered. Or I reject your application. Someone is going to attach the wrong picture. Instead of attaching the picture of their ID, they attach the picture of their dog or something. So I'm going to reject that application based on that. I say reject, and then I have to write, please or kindly. Kindly attach of your ID. Thank you. This is me as counsel talking to the client. And then I'm saying, here's the reason for the rejecting of your application. ID copy not certified, missing qualification, qualification not certified, or any other reason, incomplete profile. Passport is expired, documents not clear, invalid cell phone number, we cannot get hold to you, postal missing, you know. So there can be a vast reasons as to why we can reject someone's application. But if you do attach everything properly, we'll just approve your application just like that. So that's the flip side of it. So I'm just going to approve this application. Okay, reject or approve. I'm going to approve it. I say save. The moment I say saved, check here, the application status has changed. Approved. That just came. It's my message coming from council. This sweet council of ours. You see, the moment we just approve your application, we got a notification already to say that your application has been approved. And that is an email as well coming to me to say that the application has been approved. Or if it's rejected, I'm still going to get a message saying that my application has been rejected based on the reasons provided. So you as the client, I'm not sure how visible this is. Your application has been approved. So you know there and then, same day whether the application is approved or it's been rejected. If it's rejected, you're going to get a reason. We're going to notify you why we rejected your application. If there's any other missing documents that might be you need to send, so we can still come in then edit your profile. We just come here. Let's say you sent us something. Say you send something to us, okay? We just come here and then we populate the information. If it's documents that we need to do that side, same thing. You send us, you email us new documents. So it's 2 ways. You can go to your profile, upload the right things. Or after we say that your ID copy is not clear, if you email the ID copy to me, I can just come in and upload it for you. But it's advisable that you should do it on your end all the time so that we can keep track of how far your things are. That is basically how simple, how fast and efficient this new system is. So this is the back end of our system, and then there's a front end. So your applications are going to be listed here. So many of them. We have a lot of people that are going to assist us internally to ensure that we we process your application as fast as possible. So you're done. You're registered. This is the registration. I don't know how long this took, but you see that in 30 minutes, you can attach everything the right way, and then you're done. So I'm just going to log out and then log into my account. When you log into your account now this is your account. It's no longer Council in the back end. This has changed from reference number. It's now registration number. It's only now that you can start seeing your registration number. And look at the application status. The application status is now approved. That means you're now fully registered. Your information is still here. Everything is still in order. So you are done. It's that simple and straightforward. Yes. I'll show you more things outside the system of how it integrates. We have another system that was built separately that issues out digital certificates. We'll get to that point afterwards. But I just need to know, does everyone understand how to use this system? I'm going to provide videos. I'm going to provide instruction manuals, how you can utilize the system and everything about the system. It's very simple and straightforward to use. You first sign up. After signing up, you put in your personal information, you do the address, you put in the documents. It's going to show you the profession that you've selected, your qualifications, and then finally you pay. So if you do everything right, in 20 minutes, you're done with the application. In 10 minutes, it's in our hands. In 10 minutes, we QA it. We verify that all is in order. We register you. So in 30 minutes, you're done with the registration, unlike having to wait like we used to wait on the old system that gave us issues. And I'll kindly like to pause it here. I don't know, Chair, should I take it back to you or should I take questions? Oh, sorry. Check my emails now. You see, your payment has been received on our system. Your temporary reference number is here. And then application approval. Your application has been approved. Same day, same time. You don't have to wait and don't know where do you stand, if it will happen, what is missing, what is not missing. You know, that's something that our system is very beautiful because it communicates with you every step of the way. You know where you stand. Thank you very much. Chair, kindly over to you all questions. Thank you.
So much. Thank you so much, Ntate Molapo, for that brilliant presentation. And I see the chat box is very busy. I've just managed to collect all the questions that we have. And I want to thank Fanele, who's also been assisting with answering some of the questions in the background. So I will just read them back to you so that whatever other people might not have seen will be read back to the entire group. And those who are following on YouTube also will be able to get the responses. And I note hence Mr. Is it Malchas? Malchas, yeah, Brato and Simon Sheila. So I'm going to allow you also to raise your questions before I read back the questions to Ntate Molapo. If we can please just give him a round of applause. If you go to your reactions, you'll be able to just clap your hands to thank him for that brilliant presentation. Thank you. Let me take the questions now, Mr. Malchas Prato, followed by Simon.
Yes, Malchas. I'm retired worker. Still practicing with being detected in the community.
Prato, if you're having connection problems, please just type in the chat box so that we can. Yeah, you're breaking.
I got connection.
Yeah, just type. Please type. We will read back your question. Prato, please type your question if it's not related to the ones that you've already raised, whether you must create a new account because you're currently receiving SMSs from council or emails. Let me just allow Mr. Sheila so long to pose his question, and then I'll read the questions back to Mr. Molapo.
Good morning. And then I would like to commend the council for the work that they have done, especially with regard to the applications. I think it's a good system. But my question is, if for the ones that are service providers, let's say like the ones that deals with registrations and stuff, how will they go about this program registering their clients? Are they going to use the same method, or like is there a specific system that you've generated for those service providers?
Thank you, Mr. Sheila. Already there's two more similar questions from SDPs who are asking how will they do bulk registration for their learners. So I'm hoping that Temulapo, you'll be able to respond to those questions. First, we have Class Mutweni who's asking if he's already on the system, will I have to register and follow the steps, or migration process will take care of this and just create a new account and find all my information? And I think Fanele has responded and said, you need to create a user profile and register. But Tatumalapo can just elaborate more. Questions from the skills development practitioner who said, I have to register new learners. Do I submit bulk receipt as proof of payment for each new registration, or make separate payments for each learner? Mr. Malchas asked, do I have to create a new account because I'm already currently receiving emails from council? Mr. Taiba Jackson, also a skills development practitioner, how can we register our new learners? How can we do this on the new system? And Mr. Mtsweni asked again, will he be able to process payment if he lives abroad and not using any of the South African agent banks? Ms. Fiona Balgobend is asking if every person currently registered with council will need to log in to get a username and password to create an online profile. So if we log in for the first time, we will click first application, as this is not registration for council or for a council number, but to register for online profile. So she just needs confirmation if for all the old people that are already registered with council, you also need to do a profile. TJ Social Services is asking, must the ID as well as academic certificates be recently certified? And I think Mr. Mulapo has clicked at the beginning that before you even start with your application, you must click here, where it says here, so that you can see what are the necessary documents that you must attach. And I think it says not older than 3 months, but he can answer that. There's Ntatele Tsolo. Okay, so there's number. Let's pause, answer those questions whilst I collect new questions on the chat box. Over to you, Ntate Mulapo.
Okay, thank you very much, Chair. Yeah, a very key question I was expecting for this bulk registrations. Because it's the responsibility of each and every client to ensure that they have their own profile. Let's say you are a university. So what you do is all the students must create profiles, because even after they become professional, they'll still be liable to hold their own profiles themselves. So it's not the responsibility of a tertiary institution to create profiles. So each and every student will create their own profile, and then they give out the reference numbers to the finance department, so that when the finance department is making payment, the finance department can make one bulk payment, but in that bulk payment, they have to write the reference numbers that the people that are paying for. That is how we're going to know from this 20,000, it's for this 200 people, using those reference numbers that the students are going to give to the finance department so that they can make the payment. Because I think if they have to pay one by one, it's going to be a tedious process for them. So we don't want to give them so much work to do. But if you go to the bank, you give them the bulk amount of money and you give them the reference number. Then the bank, we communicate with the bank. Each money will be allocated per profile. So I think that answers the question of the bulk payments. There was another one of the logging the first time. Yes, each and every person must create their profile for the first time. you have to log in and create your profile. There was another one.
The other question was whether you can pay whilst overseas.
Yes, ma'am. We are integrated with also. This is a very modern system. You go to each and every. Let me show you. You know, this issue of talking and not doing. Finances. It's not that you've paid. If there's something that we've now you cannot see it because this client has already paid. But if you had to pay, there's somewhere where we listed the banks that are South African based, and then there's another tab that says other. On that other, you're going to specify the bank that you're going to use, and then you're going to provide your login credentials to that internet banking, and then you can do payment from that side. It's not a problem at all. You can do that. It doesn't restrict anyone. Thank you. What is another question again? This means what I can.
So the other questions are linked to the bulk payments and the bulk registration. And I think you've covered that. Yes. And Ms. Fiona was asking about first time login.
Yes.
To get a user.
You have to create a profile. Yes, you create your profile. So what we're going to do is
I think you need to explain that the system is going to be assisting the first-time new applicants, all our new graduates and all of that. And then you need to explain what happens to those who are in our manual system, in our archive here. Those people that were registered for the many years. So maybe after we've taken all the questions, you can just explain also, because I see there's a question also around how do you track process once you apply and submit your POE? How do you track process or progress with your application?
Okay, I can answer that one right away of how do you track the process. Because our system is very interactive. At every stage, it tells you the status of everything that is happening. Even upon receival of your application form, we will communicate with you that your application form has been received and it's busy being processed. If that would not be enough for them, we can incorporate a function in the system where you log into your profile again, and it must give you the status to say that in progress. But because it's so quick, you saw that I managed to register myself in 30 minutes. I don't think there'll be any concerns or worries about the issues of time from where we were. We used to take a month to 3 months to register someone, but if we can register you in 30 minutes, it's quite a move. It's quite a move. So we will put in something as well if required, where you're gonna profile and can just check the status as you go by.
Thank you. There is also a question from Ms. Hingst that was asking for child and youth care workers. We are waiting for the certificate from Health and Welfare SETA. It has been 5 years since the course was completed. Does this mean that the auxiliary child and youth care workers cannot register online until we receive the certificates? If you can please answer that.
No, not necessarily. If you can check on the list of things that we requested for the registration, we will still be able to look into your application regardless of the fact that you've received your certificates or not. As long as you meet what we request on the things that we request here, we will register you. So you can use the system at any point. It's not dependent on anything. And the beauty is we're going to merge with HW SETA at some point. I'll show you a document where we have a centralized communication for us, WH SETA, NetBank, Home Affairs, and all those things. So we're going to be able to access HW SETA directly, so that in things like the certificates that we've been waiting for, we can just request them themselves and then we'll register you. Thank you.
Thank you. There's also a question from Mr. Johannes Letsolo, child and youth care worker from Northern Cape. So what will happen to me as I've been paying for 2 years and I just found out this year that I was not registered? So if I register now, what happens to the previous payments I made, which I still have proof of payment for?
Okay, so why we stand now in the system, we're currently going to open the system for new applications only. So everything that we're going to be dealing with right now in this interim, it's only on new applications because we have a bulk of old registration and files and information currently here at Council. Everyone's files are in brown physical paper files. So that means for you to get the history of your old payments and everything, they are on the old system, but equally we need to go back to the brown file so that we can build a profile for you as a practitioner on the physical files that we have. We have to start a process called backscanning, where we're going to backscan all these brown paper files in the archive there, incorporate them into the system so that we can have your historic data, and then we can take it from there. But now we're only going to process new applications only where we don't have or need any previous information. I don't know if that answers the finance part of things because we don't have historic data currently on the system. This is currently going to work for brand new applications only in the interim. And then afterwards, I think in a month or 2 months, we can open it to everyone after we have backscanned everything. Thank you.
Okay, so maybe just to assist Mr. Letsulo, we know that most of the child and youth care workers will pay without actually completing a form. So it's going to be very important for you to, one, do your username, register your username, and register on the new system so that we can have your information. And then your current payments, which you say you have proof of payment for, you can forward that or attach it onto your application as you know, the additional proof, which the back end team will look at and be able to credit you for the years that you have paid, whereas there wasn't any application form. Let me see if there's any other question. We have just submitted 3 new applications 2 weeks ago. Will this be registered the old way?
Okay, yes, on that one, ma'am, what we want to do is we want to phase out all these old applications because we're only launching the system, this one on the 1st, which is on Wednesday. So we busy embarking in a process. I think other people were notified when we started the year this year that there's a problem where we halted all the new applications so that we can finish the backlog that we've been having throughout. So we want to clear up all the backlog that we've been having, and then we can only allow people to utilize the system after we've cleared the old backlog. So what we're going to do is on the old backlog of the information and old applications, they get captured into that old system that we were having, and then we're going to do data cleansing and incorporate that data into this new system so that we can be parallel. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next question from Soli. How long does it take to receive a certificate after application has been approved? Also, how will we receive registration certificates? Do we have to visit your office or they will be sent to our addresses?
Awesome. Awesomeness on that one. So you see, you did your application in 30 minutes. Everything is in order. Like I've mentioned earlier that currently we have 2 systems. This is one for the registration, and then we have another independent system that we currently issue digital certificates with. It's not linked to this as yet. So what we want to do, we want to build this one, make it fully functional and other modules, and only then afterwards we can integrate the one that issues digital certificates. So how we do now the digital certificates, after you complete this process, we just throw a list of everything that has been registered, and then we push it towards the system that issues digital certificates. They get issued automatically. So if you register here in 30 minutes and you're done, in the next 30 minutes, you can have your receipt and your certificate. Or failing which, same day, but within the time frame that you received an SMS that your application has been approved, within 24 to 48 hours at most, you'll get your certificate and your receipts in your hands via your SMSs and your emails. Thank you very much. If I may kindly ask, I've not been taking questions. Can I just ask one question? Did anyone receive the digital certificate yet from Council so far? Because we've been issuing.
Ausimpo, is that a yes?
Good morning, Chairperson. And no, I'm not responding to that. I'm having a question actually, but I will wait until you allow me to ask the question. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, dear. Has anybody received our barcoded electronic certificates? Anybody? And that, do you want to display quickly? Will you be able to pull one of your certificates and just show what it looks like?
Yes, I can do that. I'll just have to log into this and then I can actually get someone from the floor. I can send them a dummy certificate now just so that they see what we're talking about.
Okay, please do that. I've got 2 more questions for you.
Okay, let's take the questions when I'm trying to log into this one in the middle.
Ms. Bond is asking if you can please send the link to register for or to log on if you are registered already. And then there's a question, the current people who are registered the old way, do we create a profile and then it will be linked? If we are already registered, must we certify all our documents to upload because it will be a big effort? And then Patricia, regarding bulk university applications already done before March 31st, how do we follow up these applications?
Okay, thank you very much. I'll start from the bottom. The one on following up on the old applications, it's the normal way because they are done the old manual way where we have to fill in the forms manually and then come capture them. Of which the system has now eliminated that issue of us having to capture them internally here. So the only way to follow them up is we have erected a nice, beautiful call center as well to take all these queries and the issues of the phones. So you can only call and then we'll verify that for you once you call in internally to check on that old applications. On the issues of the old people that are on the system, yes, we have to create brand new profiles for everyone. On the issue of the certification, I think that will be discussed. The register, I think, can come in on that one if they have to go register again. But the fact that we have their profiles, not profiles, the documents in the brown paper files at the back, we have not yet done the back scanning. So I think if they will request anything, they'll have to start the process again, or should they wait for us to finish the back scan at the end there? I think that will be up to management to decide what's the way forward on that, but we will revert to them on that one. What is another important question that I'm missing?
Let me see. Okay, the link to register and whether documents must all be certified to be uploaded. On this one from, I think it's Ms. Bond, let me see, sorry, from Erica. Anybody that is already registered, their information will be back scanned and uploaded on the new system. So in, say, 6 months' time, you'll be able to access the whole history of documents that you've ever submitted to council. So you will have your little folders on the system. And when you click or you want to apply for a status report, you'll be able to click and then you will see what is due from you, and the office will have copied everything. So you don't have to upload anything that is already here, except when you are applying for the first time, you would have to upload your copy of ID, certified qualifications, certificates, and all of that. So yeah, I think more information on just how the interface will be done, because we must first open up the system so it will be live for all new applications, universities, all new students who are not part of the old backlog. Like I see Unizulu saying, or is it KwaZulu-Natal, there's a number of 3-year backlog that is still outstanding. We need to support you, Budbongani, in terms of making sure that all those students receive their certificates. So you can write to me and the registration manager. But everybody else that is new, and all your new learners and students must be assisted to enroll themselves on the system so that each one of them creates a profile. So we're going to do away with bulk registrations at this stage, because we want every new learner or graduate to apply for themselves on the system, register, get their username and their password, and then they have instant communication with council. So it will be the same for all new applicants, new graduates who are offered a job, maybe at DSD or DOH and any other employer. If they have not yet received their new status as a qualified or registered social worker, they need to go on the system quickly, apply, upload whatever information they have. And if anything is still pending, we will communicate and see how we give support to finalize. But like Mr. Mulapo explained, we're going to be linked with the Health and Welfare SETA, the QCTO, SACSSP, Home Affairs, SAPS, Netbank, and any other important service providers out there who we need to, to validate information with from time to time, will be part of the network to make sure that your application does not get delayed. Okay.
Thank you very much, ma'am, on that. And to reiterate the very important point, the fact that, as I mentioned, that it's our responsibility to ensure that our application and our profile is in our hands, because if you have to change, if you have to go professional and you leave that university, it cannot be that you must create another profile again. That's why it's important and imperative that you create your profile once off, even if you're in university, even if you get an employer after, you still use the same profile from there. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ausimpo, can you field your question now? I'm just looking through the chat box.
Thank you, Chairperson, and good morning, colleagues. And thank you so much, Ntate Jibika, a very, very, I think, friendly system presentation that you offered to us this morning. My name is Mpho and my surname is Mupit. I'm from Social Development in Free State. I'm currently assisting or dealing with the registrations of social workers. We are a government department. We're capturing the payment. But my question is that, if I understand the presentation clearly, is that for now, we're focusing on the new applications, right? But now, remember, Chairperson, we are also having deregistrations, meaning it's members that were there in the system and then they left the system, then they come back. Now, when we process the payment through to the council will indicate to us this particular member is deregistered, and always there are reasons. Probably the first reason will be the member, he or she owes the council, backdated years. The second reason probably will be that member, there was a member practicing as a social worker. Now, after 5 years, is back into the system. Now, obviously, that person is a new application. So I just want clarity based on that regarding the new system now with this new application. My third question is that I was thinking, Chairperson, that for us to assist, because this system for me, it's going to work, it's going to make our work much easier and much friendly, especially it's going also to minimize a lot of queries from social workers if they do it also on their own, but we can assist as employer because we are having the data. Where maybe you send us a template, we complete or update members' emails for the council for them when by the time when you load your brown files, then you have the recent emails, the recent address, because I think that is so key for the council. We're struggling with the residential addresses and their emails. I was listening when you were asking about the electronic certificate. From my province, there's no one for now who has indicated they have received it. I will assume that maybe the problem is that old emails or incorrect emails, incorrect address, that I think it is still a problem from a government side. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thanks, Ausimpo. I think just to respond to the deregistration issue, and I think Mr. Sheila is also raising something around backlog. We're going to be having outreach programs specifically to support the employer, where we get a list of people who have either been deregistered and wants to restore, or people who have been practicing illegally. So, because this is a partnership, once you say to us, yes, please verify the list. These are all the employees we have, child and youth care workers, social auxiliary workers. We do the verification, we pick out 40 out of your list are not registered. Then we will dispatch a mobile unit or a mobile office to come to your workplace. You release those people, they come, they pay, we help them complete the forms and apply. So that there isn't anybody that is left out. So we will be doing extensive restoration program, especially our employers through the Resolution 3 agreement, where department is paying or deducting from people's salaries and paying us. So we will be coming to the respective provinces as long as we've got your list and we know who are the people that have to receive the support. We will definitely come. And as with everybody else that is sitting in the archives now on the files that we have here, we will start the back scanning process as soon as we've done phase 1. Remember, we're trying to build a car, and at the same time, we've licensed a car now to move, which is why we want to launch, because we can never, ever be ready to have a fully fledged, phase 1 to phase 4 done. And we want to have this trialed. So phase 1 is to allow all the new applicants to come on the system. You remember this year, we issued a notice that said people must please, all new applicants must not submit. And we couldn't do it any other way, but circumstances forced us at some point to allow people who have been, offered a new job opportunity to quickly apply, because we wanted to be ready with phase 1 launch, which is what we're doing today, the pre-launch. Then phase 2, we're going to be doing, another module, which will be maybe professional conduct and education training department, so that when you applying for your CPD, you can see who's all the accredited people, and you can see where is your application, has it gone to the moderator or it is still with the assessor and all of that. So the system will be very interactive, and you will be getting updates as you click each step. It will tell you, hang on, your application is not yet done, come back in 3 days or whatever to find the response, and then you'll be able to continue to the next step. So we're doing it in modular form so that we can learn as we go, but we had to start at least somewhere, and this is the best way to start with all new applicants who might be coming out of their TVETs or out of the higher education institutions to go about it this way. And we will then notify you also when the next module is ready, for example, for foreign applicants, for CPD applicants, and all of this, or you want to trace how your disciplinary case is going on, you'll be able to log on to the system and see, your inquiry is still pending, or the outcome is just about to be released, and so forth. So we will, together with you, walk this journey together, because we want to see if the system is really going to assist us. We have to find the resources to do the back scanning. You can imagine we're going to back scan information dating back, to the last 40 years. All the people that are on the system, some are living overseas, others are now veterans or retired, active, and so on. So we need to capture every information that we have in the archive. So it requires manpower, it requires financial injection to make sure that we can get the scanning companies, get the digital scanners and everything, and have enough servers to carry, all of those documents that will be scanned, because, once you scan a document, it becomes a large document. It's no longer 3 pages, it becomes just a huge file. So we need to have all the systems in place to support that back-end scanning process that must happen, so that tomorrow when you want to check for your status report, you easily click, and then you can see what information you have. Sometimes we lose our matric certificates. It will all be uploaded, and you simply request and pull a file from your folder and so forth. So we will be improving the system as we go along, and we will beg for your indulgence and your support and understanding as we navigate around improving the system. But definitely phase 1 is fully ready for the launch, and we must just give it a time to ease in and support our students, our learners, to start using the system. It's very friendly. From your smartphone, you are able to, open the link and navigate around the system. So I will pause there. I see there's another question from Mayor Balgobend. If it will make sense to perhaps hold off the online login process for currently registered persons until council back scans. Yes, indeed. That is what we're going to be doing to avoid the stampede, but definitely all our new applicants and any other person that has received a message that you are not registered yet, whether you are paying or not, but you are not registered, you will be able to, to get notice and get the link to get onto the system. So can we trial this with 2 or 3 people who are willing to be our guinea pigs, so that they can do it whilst we're waiting now before you go on to the next presentation? Just 2 or 3 people that are willing. I saw Mr. Harris asked, where's the link to go into the system? Maybe he can be one of our guinea pigs also. Before that, Dr. Krier, your hand is up.
Morning, Ms. Malamba, and morning, colleagues. I'm excited about this new development, and I think it will make everybody's work more efficient, and we'll have a lot of more satisfaction. But I am concerned about, in order to register, we have to comply to the fit and proper policy. How are we going to fit that requirement into this process? I'm recalling a current case at professional conduct where a person was deregistered for not paying, and he actually worked for 10 or more years. And then now that he was reported for unprofessional conduct, now he wants to apply. So I think with this system, he can easily just log in and apply as a new register, but without, and then skipping the fit and proper process. So that was just a concern for me that I think we need to be willing to look at. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Krier, for that question. As I've explained, we're going to be doing the second module, which is now to link registration division and our professional conduct division. So the issue around fit and proper. Remember, when people apply, then the team behind the scene will start to interrogate the information that has come through, and we will be able to pick up whether somebody has declared that they've got a case, a criminal case pending and so forth. We will be able to pick it up from our back-end team. And if there's any issue reported in professional conduct, but the person did not declare in registration in their application, we will be able to pick all of that up. So the synergy between the divisions is very, very important. And all the modules take into account the processes as they happen currently, whether somebody is an international applicant who wants to practice in South Africa, have they applied to SACSSP? Where is the certificate? Which is why we're linking our systems to SACSSP as well. Is this person married? Where's the maiden surname, and where's the certificate? Home Affairs comes in, or where somebody has passed on, will, automatically the system will pick up there's an error. This person cannot be registering because they already passed on, and we will call the person to verify if there's an error on their ID. So the fit and proper processes and all the processes relating to our professional conduct and making sure that people continue to be ethically responsible when they apply and declare will be infused into the system. But I'm sure that the IT team sitting in the plenary is also picking up all those important questions. But yes, it will be taken care of.
What I've just put up here as a framework of how these departments integrate and how we're going to work going forward. Currently, what we have done, we've just built the finance function one, which is the registration module, the finance module, and then we're busy completing the reporting framework as well. So on the issue that Dr. Kruger has raised now, you see this professional conduct here. So we have a centralized system unlike what we had before. Before we had a different databases that dealt with social workers only, and it was not incorporated to anything that has to do with CYSU or any other function. So here we have Home Affairs, we have SAQA, we have NetBank, we have Sage, we have all the files. So if someone has a finding, as you just mentioned, the register, that you will never be able to register them because this thing is incorporated. Whatever that is updated by professional conduct, someone has done something and they are not eligible to be registered whatsoever. By default, registration will know, because our systems or our modules don't operate in silos. No, they communicate with each other. We have a centralized database here where each and everything gets updated once, so that each and every department has access and information to know what is happening in another department. So that is to do away with all these things, to say someone can practice and then they are found wanting for whatever misconduct with professional conduct, and they can still register, not on the new system. And the fact that we have all these other things here incorporated into the system as well will be very beneficial to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ntate Molapo. We have people now willing to be volunteers on using the new system. Butbongani, there's the online thingy. And Mr. Harris, you also were interested in receiving the link. So we've got the link. If volunteers can just click in, and then we're monitoring. It's now 11:34. We want to see how quick they can register their username and how quick they can get all the first and the second and the third communication that says you've now successfully registered your username and you've now received confirmation of your application, and then here's your temporary reference up to the stage where they get a confirmation of application. Yes, Witbongen? Go ahead.
Good morning, colleagues. Thank you so much, Chair. I'm actually reporting that I did try to register earlier as Mr. Malapo was doing it, but the challenge is that I have not yet received the email to confirm, so I can't log in because it's saying that you need to first confirm your email. So
yes, sir. Which email are you using? Can you log into your emails now? And check
yes, my emails are always open, and I also refreshed them. I also checked the junk folder. Pardon, I think also talking.
These people. Mute, can't mute.
I've closed them off, sorry.
Okay. Mr. Bongani.
Yes, sir.
Are you on your phone or on your computer?
I'm in my computer, and my emails are open in another tab, and I recently refreshed them and also checked on the junk folder if maybe the confirmation email fell in there.
Did you get an SMS though?
No, I also did not get the SMS. Maybe I need to start over again.
No, if you start over, the fact that you're already on the system, it's going to give you. Can you kindly share the screen with us? Can we do it so that in everyone's full view? Can you kindly share the screen with us and do it together as we go by?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Kindly open the screen and share so that we can see what you're doing. I've given everyone rights to share.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Nakolo, you have your hands up, Ms. Shazi.
Yes, morning. I wanted to find out. Okay, I'm on the page currently, but now I want to know. I'm already registered, and then it's saying new application. Should I continue with it, or I must wait for the backlog that's gonna be scanned because I'm already in the system. I'm existing.
Okay, sorry. Can I deal with Mr. Bongani, and then I'll come to you again, so that we can do one person at a go, and so that we don't miss anything. Mr. Bongani, can you please go into our login screen? It was open just now, so.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, thank you. Yes.
Yes. Equally, Mr. Koko, Mr. Sfanele, Sanele, Guleko, let's join here as well. I have my colleagues. I'm not alone, guys. I'm just doing the presentation. I have my colleagues as well that are building the system here for any issues or queries. They're still responding on the chat boxes that are with me. Okay, now let's start properly. Sign up as a new user.
Okay, thank you.
No, just it's there. I show it. Just F5 refresh.
Yes.
Yes, and then sign up as a user. Yes. Okay, put your username. Can be anything. Yeah. Okay.
Can I use my cell phone number?
Yes, sir. And then create the password.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now let's go to your emails, my dear brother. No, you don't log in. Go to your emails first. You'll never log in until go approve on your emails on the other side. Kindly log into your YMail.
Okay. I hope you can see my emails on the other tab.
Yes.
And I also checked here. Sometimes some emails would fall in here.
Oh, okay.
It's not
also,
here.
Which one?
Also not here.
Okay. Finally, is it possible to check into our mail server to check if there's a report of this specific email to see if it has been delivered from the system to him?
I will log in and check, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. No problem. Let's hold yours here and then we still continue with another one. There was
Yes,
Nokolo, yes, Knox. Knox, where are you?
I'm here, but challenge
Okay.
is I'm using the phone, so I'm not sure if I can share my screen.
Oh.
I'm on a phone because I'm at
Okay.
home. I'm not at work.
But did you register? Did you sign up?
Yes, I signed up, and then now it's on the new application page, where it says social worker, child and youth care, and then it needs me to fill in my information. That's where I am.
But did you get, after signing up, did you get that SMS?
Yes, I received. I only received an email saying I should confirm, and then I confirmed it. It redirected me to the login, and then I logged in where it shows me this page.
I don't know what page you're seeing, but now log in. It's not a problem. As long as you've approved on the email that you're the person, because this is one of the security measures that we have incorporated into this. It's like an OTP, you know. So yes, now you can log in. You can log in, put your username and put the password that you created when you're signing up. It will allow you to go through.
Okay, but I hadn't registered because it said my concern was I've already paid the council. I've been paying the council, so now it's saying new application. So I'm not sure if I'm going to interfere with everything if I say new application because I'm already
do new application. Again, we just pre-launching the system, so I'm going to clear all this information. There's no historic data currently. Don't worry, just log in.
Oh, okay. No, it's fine.
Just continue.
All right, not a problem. It's a pity I can't share, but I'm doing it.
I trust you, Knox.
Okay.
Do we have someone as well that can be trying it as maybe the third person, you know? Okay, Mr. Koto, I can see your hand.
Mr. Mziana, can we try again without using the The username is, I mean, the email address is a username. I want to see something. Yes, I've just cleared your your application or your request. Yes, without using, just you can use anything except the email address as a username. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Whilst he's doing that, I'm going to ask Mr. Harris and Mr. Ngonyama to field their questions quickly.
No, don't. Oh, not you. Register. Oh, okay. Mr. Bongan, yes.
Thank you very much, Registrar. This is Donald. I'm also trying to complete this, and I see that under language, Xitsonga, it's written as Xitsonga, which is incorrect. It must be XI Tsonga, Xitsonga.
Oh, yeah. Oh, XI. Okay. Thank you, Deputy President. But you finished to log into the profile.
Morning.
Hi, with Alfred.
Good morning, colleagues, and morning, Registrar and Ms. Lieber. Yeah, I must say that I'm really impressed that we've come this far with this process. It's really going to move the fields forward. However, Mr. Lieber, I am struggling. I just wanted to show you what I'm struggling with, so you can just see. I think this is the thing. Yeah. This is so I'm also waiting for the confirmation to verify my email, and I didn't get any email or SMS from the system asking me to verify my email address. So that is where I am at the moment now.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Alfred. What we're doing is Mr. Koto is looking into the sending issues. Not all has received his, so I'm wondering why is it that other people are not receiving theirs, but and Mr. Ngonyama has logged in, and so the issues of the languages, that means he has got his confirmation as well. But I'll look into the mail server as well in the interim. Yes,
can they check if they've clicked sign up as new user? Because if you go in directly and you don't click sign in as new user, it will not verify. It will give you a problem. But Ali, can you just check if you've
yes, I think
in as new user?
Mr. Harris, did you sign up or you just put your email address there and just put the password?
No, I did sign up. I did follow the process of signing up, but I will do what the registrar is saying. Let me try again and see what happens. Ne?
Okay.
Post it.
Okay. Mitchell, is there anything that you're seeing on the back end there on the mail server for sending the emails and SMSs? Because it seems it's selective. It's sent to other people and others do not get anything.
Yes, I can. Actually, the emails have been sent, so I think it would be the service providers they are using that are delaying the process, because Gmail, Yahoo is also, I don't know why Yahoo is a bit slow, but Gmail is pretty fast. It's pretty quick. I've just done a registration myself. I mean, I signed up myself, and I received the email. So I think it could be the service providers themselves.
Can we kindly get someone that has a Gmail and we...
Yes, maybe someone who's got a Gmail account.
Simon says it's sorted. Simon has tried it sorted.
Oh, beautiful.
Shani? Shazi?
Okay, so let me try, and I think I share something here because now it's telling me the ID is registered to somebody else. So I don't know what's going on. Like my ID is already existing. That's what it says. I'm not sure if people can see.
Yes, we can see.
Yeah, it says the ID number provided has already been allocated to another client. Please rectify your ID. So that's what it says when I try to log in.
No, you've already logged in, Shez. Let's not get confused. That you're here, you're signed up, you're in now. This is that validation thing internally with the system. The fact that you're here, this is where we wanted you to care to. If you can be able to see this, go through all this information, then we are happy. Then you can go attach and do all those things. On the issue of the ID, remember we set up very strict constraints on the ID. There's some data that we have imported internally into the system already that you cannot see. I'll show you now from my side. We already have some information, but even though it's not all of it, name, surname, cell phone numbers, and all those things. But you're okay. You're on the right track. Everything is okay. We already have you. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thanks, Nox. Everything is in order. So you can play around as much as you want, create, delete the profile. Just don't do payment with Ozo. If we say payment, it's taking money from your account. Let's not go to that finance module. It's going to go.
Okay, no, I won't do that. Hey, money. No, I won't.
Yes, this is a trial run, but we're fully connected to the bank now. If you put in your internet banking credentials, it's really coming. Yeah.
And we will not refund.
Okay, no, it's fine. I definitely won't do that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. But how do you find it knocks on your phone?
It was very quick, actually, because my network was bad before, but now that my network connection is on board, it took me, I think it was less than 30 minutes that you mentioned. The signing up was like about 5 minutes, and then I received, because I use Gmail, I received the email instantly, and then I just went through. So it's actually quite easy. It's workable.
Where are you based, Knox?
I'm in Gauteng.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Mongana, I'd like to sit with you again because, our meeting was 2 hours, so we left with like 10 minutes. I want to sit with you afterwards, and then we can work through that problem that you're currently having. If we can, with the permission of the register, if there's any other more questions that we can take so that we can send digital certificates fast. I want to show you the full process and finish today.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. With Alfred?
Thanks, Susie. My question to Liebe is the current profile, like I see this email indicating that some service providers might be slow. How long would you wait? Because remember, emails come through and then the email is cancelled. How long will you have to wait for the email to come? That's my one question. My second question is, can you sign on by using a different, changing a profile? How do we do that? Or if I say I want my current profile to be eliminated, so that I can then log on within a different profile, is that possible with the system?
Everything is possible with us, Mr. Harris. One thing that we did not really pay much attention to is because I think almost everyone is using Gmail or using their work email address. So the SMTP has been very quick on all those things. So we just experienced the first time or this one on the Ymail, of which we're going to check. So I cannot give you the exact time frame to wait, but we will look into that to ensure that everything is working on the issue of which email address that you're going to use. And yes, we can delete your profile and then you create a profile again from scratch, just like that.
Thank you. If we can delete that profile, then I will see if I can then.
No problem. I'll definitely do that.
Use a different email address and see if it will work.
Okay. Thank you very much.
And just remember to click new user, so that it allows you to do everything else. Okay, I've got 2 hands. Okay, TJ Social Work says he or she managed and everything worked perfectly. I have 2 hands from the Vice President, Ngonyama, and the Chairperson, IT Business Reengineering, Mayor Elaine Harrison. Your questions, please.
Thank you very much, Registrar. I'm trying to complete this, and I got to dashboard, and it requires that I put in an address and the district and city, and it's not moving on to the next page. It's not giving me submit or next or anything. Is this the end?
No, can you kindly share the screen so that we can see? No, it's not the end. We ran with it a couple of times and it's working. Not sure if. Did you press on the radio button that says, is it South African or not South African? On the address on top there, because you have to specify if this is South Africa.
Why people are choosing
that.
Okay, can you kindly share the screen? At least we can have visibility.
Okay. Oh yes, yeah. I realize what the problem is. It allows me to go to postal address. Thank you.
Oh, good. Thank you very much, Deputy President.
Thank you, Mayor Elaine.
you. First of all, also first Registrar and Mr. Mulapo, thank you very much for a great presentation. And of course, we all very happy about the development. I'm quickly checking the system as well and testing the system. And so far I'm at addresses and it's going very well. And I must say, for those who ask about an email, it's instantly. It's seconds in terms of waiting time. So maybe just check the email addresses and spam and whatever, but mine for Gmail came instantly. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for the feedback. If there are any other questions, please do not hold back. We will be producing some videos or some interactive clips and things to guide you, but like everybody else who has tried, it is working very, very well. We want to just share a bit of our call center, feedback that we've received. We've launched this, I think it's almost 3 weeks now that we've started this system. We want to just share some of the exciting revelations that we're getting. I know often I get queries about calls that are not answered or people struggling to get through to council. So we have a new system. Thanks to all your feedback and thanks for your understanding and patience over the years whilst we've been trying to clean up and fix some of the problems. So DB will just show quickly what are the developments in as far as calls are. Over to you, Mlapo.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. This one of course has been a burning issue as well, and I'll show you some of the not very how do I put this? Yeah, I'll show you. I'll just put up something here. Just a second. Share. So this is where we were in terms of calls some time back, and we've been struggling on the issue of calls and calls allocation and the issue of the call center. So finally we got approval to recreate the call center, and based on the calls that we used to miss almost every day. So if you can see this.
Share the screen. Okay, thanks.
Yes.
Just enlarge it a bit.
Is it visible now?
Yes.
So this is one of the ugly stats that was pulled through on this date here. The number of calls that came through for that one specific day, and the number of calls we managed to answer with the old telephone system that we had. So we had to do an overhaul of our entire infrastructure, because one of the concerns and the issues that we were experiencing, as much as there's people on the floor, but if your equipment and infrastructure is not the latest and updated, we'll be always having and blaming resources. I want to find out the problem is not the people, it's the resources that are being utilized and the infrastructure. But now everything is in order. We do calls, number of calls that were answered for that day and people were resolved. And then if you can check number of calls that were unanswered, and it's not because there was no one that wanted to answer, it's because someone would call and then they hold for a very long time on the line, so we could not be able to assist, and then they end up dropping. This will be voicemail, so it's a very bad stats here. But we have come around, we have fixed that as well. What we have introduced a new phone system. I'm quickly going to share it on my screen now. So this new system from Yesta, it's beautiful, it's efficient. Can everyone see my screen? Yes, thank you very much. It's been tough, but we really get in somewhere, and we are somewhere.
Yes, we can.
This is the stats for today only. Let me just say, yeah, today only. We've missed one call today. 18 calls were abandoned. By abandoned, it means that you're calling and then you run out of airtime before we could pick up. So it doesn't register as received from us. Or you felt that you were calling and then you got disturbed and then you dropped the call. So that is abandoned. It's entirely not up to council, the yellow box. we cannot account to that to a certain degree. The rate is ours, and we will take responsibility and accountability for it. Everything that is in red, it's our fault. That is what we've missed so far. This is what we've answered today after the erection of the call center that we put up. If you saw the previous screen, we used to miss more than 600 calls. But look, today we've only managed to miss one, you know. So you can check our answer rate. Now we've put agents, there's a proper functional call center. We post that almost every week and every day, and it's doing very well. We have visibility of each and every call that comes through, who's calling. If we miss the call, we see who called when, and then there's a department that is going to start working on callbacks going forward. I think in a week or so, we start getting more people to the call center, but this is where we are from where we came from. I'll briefly try to show something that I've been sending to my CEO about the stats of the call every week after we implemented this new beautiful system. So I don't know who has called today that confirmed that they were not answered. That thing is thing of the past. Every time now you call, you get answered every day. I'm gonna just share something that I sent to my. So this is what I sent to my manager last week. Answered calls, 152 total calls. We only missed 18. Not that 18 is not a bad number, but from missing 600 calls per day, of which most of you are witnesses that we had that problem initially, to missing only 20 per day, it's a big move, you know, like only for today, we have only managed to miss one call, of which we're working hard on it to ensure that we sustain a 100% call rate. And then the only thing that will be affecting us will be these abandoned calls. So yeah, this is it on the call center. We do have a fully fledged functional call center. The East agents that are gonna assist us going forward, and then we're gonna have people as well that are gonna do support for the system, because people can call for different things. So this one's mainly dealing with deregistration, status reports, and any other query and inquiry about the call, about cancel. And then with the introduction of the new system, there is going to be needs for people to call and ask. We're going to put 2 more people that are going to be actively available throughout the day to ensure that if there's a problem on the system, you just call us, we hit you up immediately, we can assist you with your logins and all those things. Yeah. And yeah, that should be it on the call center. Thank you very much. I don't know if you have questions on this.
There are questions. Thank you so much. Can we please give him a round of applause? Thank you, thank you, thank you. So there are questions, Letemulapo. Please show a record of either yesterday or the whole week, just to be sure that your colleagues were not only performing for today's meeting. That is Brasoli who's asking this question. Shazin is asking, may we please have the call center number? So maybe you can explain how the system works.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay. Nosipo says she has managed to successfully create an online function. TJ Social Work is asking, is the number still the same? Okay, let's see the statistics. This was not a show, it's real. So let's see.
Okay. The one statistics, we pull statistics. Okay, not a problem. Okay, just a second. I just want to share what I've been sending to my management as of from last week. Just open those.
Whilst he's pulling the file, Mayor Harrison, Ntate Ngonyama, and Mr. Alfred's hands are up. Please field your questions.
I'm sorry, mine is an old hand.
My apologies as well.
Okay. With
Thank
Alfred?
you. Thank you, Madam Registrar. My question is just in terms of the missed calls that Liebe referred to, does that mean that the call went unanswered because the person so my question basically would be, is there a number of rings that the call will have before the call is cut? If the call rings on your side for more than 30 seconds, the call automatically becomes a missed call. Is that Can that also be determined, or does a call ring forever?
Okay. Thank you much, Mr. Harrison. I think it was on the issue of the missed calls. On the issue of the missed calls, you call, you find that all our agents, because every call that comes through, it gets filtered by the receptionist or the call center supervisor, which is Mr. Reba. He comes and takes the call, hear what is it that you want, and then transfer it to the relevant agent. If it's a finance-related query, if it's a registration-related query, if it's an IT-related query for the system and all those. And so he filters all the calls and then brings them to all the agents. So you find that in that time, he can juggle 5 calls at a time by himself, and then he can put 4 to the back, 3 to the back so far, because we still have to add more people in the call center to work on this workload of the calls that are currently missed. So if you miss it, that means you called. When you call, there's an on-hold message that plays messages for you. Welcome to the South African Council of Social Services Professions. Kindly call at your number 7, and then it's going to count down until number 0. And when you go to number 1, and all other people are still engaged in the call, it's going to do that for the second time. And still, if you don't get through to us, unfortunately, it's going to drop you to save your airtime. But that was then. That was then. If you can check out the stats are being coming now. We've managed to miss only, this is the, when was this? I submitted this on the 23rd, which was last week, Monday. This was the stats for last week, Monday. So we only missed like 18 that day. And then I'm going to bring another one for another day. Oh. And 23. And then this was the 25th, where we only missed 10, which was last week, Tuesday. Sort of register, there's some that I've sent to you on your WhatsApp. I'm not sure how we're going to display them so that they can be a visibility to everyone. But you see the answer rate is quite up, and the missed calls are not so many. So on this one of the abandoned, it's still a big concern for us. That's what we want to heavily tap into to see why are calls being abandoned. Is because people cannot wait for 3 minutes on the line, or what might be the reason. We looked so deep into that, but that is currently outside council's realm to assist, because we can only assist at the moment we get hold of the call. If you don't get hold of the call before it comes to us and hits our default gateway and goes back, we don't count that as part of the calls that have come through. So this is some of the stats that were shared on this date. So we don't put something up just for the presentation. No, this is my sent email where I sent to management how far we do on a daily basis. So the one that we had now, it's the one that is currently live. What I showed now on that screen is what is currently happening now as we speak. It's not done for the presentation, no. This is currently what we're busy with now today as we speak.
Thank you so much. I think there are 2 more questions. Let me see.
Oh, sorry. The issue of the number to use. Yes, I remember. On that issue of the number, we still use the same number, which is 012-356-8300. The reason we don't allow traffic to come directly to the call center is because we ought to filter calls depending on what is the requirement of a call. If clients directly call the call center and they get a call center agent, you find that we have 2 finance people that are seated in there. And then they might call someone from registration. That's going to be a lot of work to transfer calls in between them as clients. So what we have to do is calls must come to the supervisor. When they come to the supervisor, he determines what is this call for. It's like 10 seconds, okay, sharp. And then they move it to agent of registration. And then if you call for deregistration issues, he knows where to take the call to. If you call for the system now, we just came live now, he'll move the call to the IT side of things. So yes, the number is still the same. The number hasn't changed, but you can test even today or even now. You can call that. There's no longer any long waiting time period for calls to be answered.
There's a question.
You can check what I've just highlighted here. Average waiting time today, 25 seconds. 25 seconds averagely, on average, from all the calls that we did today. Averagely, they waited 25 seconds.
Okay, it's answering what Brigadier Matlala was asking. Don't you have an average waiting period for the caller? I find 50 abandoned calls to be too many. So that was the question. I think you've answered it. The waiting period today is only 25 seconds.
Yes, just for today. So at the fact that we did not launch this call center a long time ago, I think has it been 2 weeks, maybe, or a month, 3 weeks or so?
Yeah,
we're starting off and we're doing wonderfully well at this early stage of this. So we'll get momentum, and it's not fully staffed as yet for that matter as well. So we're still getting in more people as well to ensure that we train them to be on the same level of understanding as everyone on the floor. And then, kaboom, we kill this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And there's some questions, one more from Ms. Balgobind. When creating the online account, will we get something on both SMS and email? What exactly will be sent to us? I tested the system, only got an email using the link received for the sign up profile, but it is taking long to load. And Tate Soli is saying, thank you for the efforts you put in the creation of this new system. There used to be a lot of frustration when one tried contacting the council via phone and email. I think my confidence in the council is starting to be restored. There seems to be much hope now. Yay. Thank you, Brasoli. We appreciate the feedback. Are there any questions? I saw a hand. Let me quickly see who that is. Are there any questions? I can't find the, oh, Johannes Litsoho and Simon Schiller. But John? Johannes Litsolo.
Okay, thank you so much, Program Director. Really, I want to applaud you guys for, because really we've been struggling. But now what I wanted to suggest from Mr. Molapo is that in order, because you know, immediately when the system is going to go online, then people start to register. Maybe there's going to be some backlog. So there's no way if like the system you are trying to register, then it says you are, maybe you see a red flag, then you cannot progress. I think it would be better if it kicks you out in order for you not to be holding on the system for so long, in order for you to restart afresh again, so that there cannot be any backlog when you are trying to register. Thank you.
Hang on, Joe. You mean the online system, not the phone?
Yes.
But you're referring to the online system where we register you?
Yes, ma'am.
No, actually, the system is designed that when, for example, you're working and you want to upload your certificate and you realize, oops, I don't have a recently certified copy. You pause it, you close it. And when you come back using your same reference number, or if you have been allocated already a number, you'll be able to continue from where you left. So you don't have to start every time from scratch, but there is no overlap with other people, what they're doing, because everybody's got their own, you know, safe passage. So you will click and then it says, here's a temporary number. You can do your steps up to where maybe there's load shedding. Then you did not get time to save. It will automatically save what you left the last time out. When you come back, you put in your reference number, it recalls, and it will say, welcome back. You want to continue from where you started, where you left, or, you know, something like that. So, but the IT specialist can talk to that better. DB?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you very much on that. Yes, on that one, it's one of the pending issues that we tested. So what happens is you basically have where you log in. Maybe I can go to the profile again. Wherever you ended, for whatever reason, that is why it's very imperative that each and every person must have their own profile, so that you know where you ended, so that the moment you log in, it's going to start exactly where you are. You don't have to capture all that information and all those things. No, you just continue from where you are. And the issue of the waiting, I don't really think we can say there's so much waiting. What used to delay us as council before is the fact that we fill in a physical application form. We have to go now and type those pages internally. you know, and you have to be very careful to ensure that we don't make any capturing mistakes. That is what consumed much of the time for applications. We do not have that anymore with the new systems, So there's really no reason why we would want to make clients hold. We're here to service you, and if need be, the system would get slower. All we do is we increase the resources because it's constantly being monitored, the bandwidth, the processing, and all those things. So we do have times where we say, okay, fine, this should be done in 5 minutes. Why is it taking 5.5 seconds? Let's increase the resources. Let's increase the bandwidth of which the applications come through. So I don't think it would be best for us to go back to doing things the old way we used to do. I think let's move to the future, and this system will definitely do that for us. Let's not be skeptical or scared that there will be some congestion. No, if there's congestion, it's our responsibility as council to ensure that we feed the system more resources to ensure that clients are being serviced appropriately. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ntate Molapo. I think this brings us to almost the end. I want to just first allow my chairperson, IT and Business Engineering, to say a few words, Mayor Elaine Harrison. And then I will allow the members of council also to just say one.
Certificates.
Yes.
Thank you, Registrar. And once again, thank you to Mr. Molapo. Thank you also for all the members of council, the people for...
Ma'am Elaine, can I interrupt you? Just tilt your laptop a bit so that we can see you.
Okay.
Nice. There.
Can you see me now?
Yes.
Thank you very much. So thank you very much to the registrar and Mr. Molapo, but I also want to thank all the registrants who this morning logged in to participate in this session. I think this has been a dream and a vision of both the IT committee, but the whole council. And all the staff at council, that we will be able to migrate to an electronic system. And we've noticed and we've heard over many years people's frustrations. We share those frustrations, but today we can actually say we're ready to move ahead and hopefully leave a lot of those frustrations behind. It took a lot of hard work, and I want to really commend especially Mr. Molapo for really hanging in there, sometimes in very difficult circumstances. But I'm very positive about the new system. I'm very excited. I really think it's taking us to a period in council's life where we will see much more productivity, fast. I think that's one of the things that was mentioned, that there will be fast response time, and we actually will put a lot of the responsibility back in our own hands as registrants, because a lot of complaints often came through, and when we investigated it, we will see it's lack of correct information or not all documents available. But now we can take responsibility also for submitting our own documents, be part of the solution. But just from my side, thank you for the patience, I think, in the sector. Thanks for helping us to test it. And also, please, I think what's very important today, I think we were just over 80 people. Please spread the message and help other members and other registrants understand the system and moving forward to participate as actively as possible. But my final words is just again to say thank you to the registrar and Mr. Molapo and other staff who's been involved in testing the system up to now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you so much. It is all the hard work from your committee that made this a reality. So thank you for the ongoing support that we receive from the IT Business and Engineering Committee. Sharon Valentine, Chairperson from the Board, Social Work. Do you have any 1-2 words you want to say to the audience?
Thank you, Registrar. Yes, this is probably exciting. Well, not probably, it is exciting, and I am so thrilled that in my lifetime on the Professional Board for Social Work, we are actually able to see this development. I think few of our registrants will know what a challenge this would be, how initially we were hamstrung by finances. Despite knowing what to do, the finances weren't quite there. And it was really through a lot of fancy footwork and reprioritizing our funding, so that this could become our priority. This is transformation of the council. And I hope that our registrants see it as such and are as excited as we are about this development. I too want to give thanks to the committee, Elaine particularly, to you and the IT people for working on this, getting it and making sure that I can see it in my lifetime. And a particular thanks to you, Registrar, because I also know that you were the driving force behind that. And I know that all of our registrants will benefit from this. Thank you.
Thank you, Masharan. Ntate Ngonyama, the Vice President of Council. Ntate Harris, member of EXCO. With Alfred. Okay, it looks like they are stage shy. So I'm going to just allow DB to show the online certificates quickly, and then we'll do the vote of thanks and close the session.
Okay, thank you very much, the Registrar. As I've mentioned that our systems currently are not integrated. So there's what we call APIs that we're going to utilize to link both systems. So I'm going to go to the one that we utilize for digital certificates. No one has this because, for now, we will make it automated. This is how we launch our digital certificates and how we send to clients. So as soon as the application is completed in the back end, a list gets sent to the system. So all we do from that list, we say just say bulk registrations, and then we do this, and then we locate the file that we must attach. Automatically is going to send all those certificates to the people by default. We do have a list of each and every one here. Who's on the floor that I can send dummy certificates to show how this thing is functional? You can just give me your registration number. I can look you up and send you a certificate instantly. That is what Council has become. Can I get any volunteer on the floor there?
Dr. Kruger's hand is up.
Okay, can she give me her
and Dr. Mpadiso
registration number? Dr. Kruger, can I get your registration number kindly?
There is one in the chat.
Sorry, it's 10-06144.
10
06144.
614. Like this. No, they're not full.
06144.
06.
000.
Yeah.
No, it can't be. 06. Okay, let's do this. Oh, can you give me your full names?
Mari Elizabeth Kruger.
Elizabeth. This one.
Yeah.
This is it. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although my ID there is incorrect.
Okay, we'll change that for you. It's not a problem.
Okay.
So I'm going to make you eligible and then I'm going to save. Okay. I'm just going to generate one dummy certificate for you as a social worker, professional registration, this date. Do you have your cell phone next to you?
Yeah, I do.
Do you see? Okay. Can you kindly check your SMSs?
Okay.
So this is what I've just created for her right here, right now. with the launch of the digital certificates, we did this in January. If you can check, they're a bit different from the original ones where we have that red seal here. So instead of the seal, we have this kind of seal, but we have this a QR scanner underneath the certificate. On this certificate here, you can scan that QR scanner, and then it's going to validate if the certificate is authentic or not. Of which, unfortunately, that is what we did not have on the old certificates. If someone was good in IT, they could just do whatever they want and get a certificate without even us knowing here. So if you scan this now, you should be able to get, if this is legit or not, this QR scanner underneath here. And then if we have to do a receipt for the client as well, I just said receipt, and then I can check it here. And then I open. Open my boy. Okay, this is the digital receipt. It's exactly as your original receipt, but you're going to get this on your cell phone. So there's going to be an SMS that's going to be sent with the link. You just click on the link, and on that link, it's going to open this as it is. And the beauty about this as well is the fact that you do have this QR scanner on this practice card. When you scan this QR scanner, it will tell you if this is authentic or not. So when you scan it, it goes to the internet, which is one on our side, and then goes to, this is not shared. Let me share this. So this certificate, this receipt I'm talking about. So this is the receipt that was done. So when you scan this,
it's not showing.
It's not showing as yet. Oh, I can see so back.
Yeah,
it is showing.
Okay. So this is the digital receipt that we're going to get. So you just get an SMS. On the SMS, you're going to get, you click the link, and on the link you click, you're going to get this receipt as it is, just like the original one. The only difference is the fact that you now have a QR scanner here, because, you know, we have to be more safe of this new internet age. There's so much crime that happens on the internet. So with this QR scanner here on this new receipt, you'll be able to see.
There's still no SMS on my side.
Not a problem. I'll check that now. I see there's another person, 1017-483. Are you still using the same numbers, this number?
Yeah, my numbers are the same, yeah.
This one that is displayed here.
083-272-8902.
Okay.
The wind is blowing it away.
Can anyone see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. What is shown on the other side? I'm not sure, because I can see a blank screen on my sharing.
Certificate. Dr. Kruger's certificate.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, an SMS has been sent to you. Kindly just give it a few seconds. It will come. Is it the same number? You said this is 083-272-8902, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I saw another person's request again for us to do a certificate for them as well on the fly here. Okay. It was on the chat box. Sorry, what is your?
Okay, there's 4 people. Shazi.
Yeah. What is the registration number?
90 08
08
784.
Is this Shange, Makusi Shange? Carol.
Shazi?
Hi, no, I made an error. It's 90.
Okay.
We're going to find you, Shazi, for that. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's try Miss Bond. 90.
Okay, just a
0.
Okay, registration number 90
08
08
365.
365.
That's
Okay.
Miss Bridget Bond.
Okay, that's Bond.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'll just update the number. 0 save. Is she in front? Does she have their cell phone in their hands?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Yes. And why are you youth and childcare?
Yes.
Professional. Auxiliary.
Yeah, auxiliary.
Okay, can you check your SMSs now? There's okay.
Yes, I've received the SMS.
Brilliant.
Isn't that wonderful,
Okay.
Mark?
Let's try Patricia Bongi Zengele. 10.
Can you try mine? 101783.
Let me give you a receipt as well, ma'am, on the fly. You just finish her off and give her the receipt, and we deal with her for good. Your receipt is this green one. Receipt, and receipt. Do you see your receipt?
I'm just waiting for the SMS.
No, there's no SMS for the receipt as yet. I'll send it.
Okay. Yes.
Do you see it? Okay, this is the QR scan I was talking about and everything. So I'm gonna send you the receipt. I'm gonna send you the SMS now for the receipt as well, right away. No man, not download sent. Awesomeness. SMS sent to you now. Okay. So, ma'am, you said you want another one.
10174.
Everybody wants their numbers to be tested, so
I know them. We here. I can stick with them. What's the next registration number?
1017483.
1017483.
Yes.
I
Who's
think
that?
well.
Hello?
The ID number is 73. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, let's fix all that needs to be fixed. Where do you stay? Ms. Jubina, where do you stay?
Yes.
Here.
No.
Where is here?
I'm losing you.
Where do you stay?
I'm losing you. It's 1017483. I wanted to give you my ID number.
Your ID number is what?
730110. 02900084.
Yeah, we have your ID number. It's correct. Check this. Check the picture. It's correct. I just want the address. Your address. Where do you stay?
Yeah, no, the ID number is correct. The cell number is correct.
We don't have your address.
We don't have your address.
the address. 61
Yeah.
Hazel Meadow, Silver Lakes in Pretoria.
Okay, what do you do, ne? This is for the sake of testing the system. Kindly go to our website and update. You know, there's that portion where you update your address, and then afterwards it will automatically update the system this side.
On the
website, we have functionality. Yes, we have a functionality on the website where you can update your address.
On the website,
yes, on the website. So I'm just going to put a dummy address here. Automatically, if you fix that one, it's going to override this one. Right. Yeah, let me get you a certificate.
Then I can... Okay, all right.
Eligible. So you see, if you don't have addresses, you see now change. You have to be eligible for you to get a certificate first. So yeah, I'll just make you eligible just for the sake of testing and take you back. Do you have your phone in front? What are you, a social worker?
Yes, social worker.
Worker. Awesome, nice.
Professional, yeah.
Okay, so you can check your SMS now. You'll have something.
Libby, I still don't have an SMS yet.
I'll come check yours, Dr. Kruger, because everyone is getting theirs. I'm not sure what is the problem that side, but yeah, I'll check it afterwards with you after the meeting. Thank you. Ms. Flo, here's your certificate. I'm going to generate.
I haven't received my SMS.
Okay, it will come. It will come. Here's the receipt. I'm going to generate the receipt as well. And then.
Okay.
You see, here's your receipt. You get it on the fly immediately.
Okay. All right. Now I'll wait for the SMS.
Okay, thank you very much. So yes, this is our digital certificate platform. So if we do it individual, that's how we do it. But usually we do it in bulk because of the amount of office that are supposed to be sent. You've sent the SMS history of people that we have sent certificate to. So we can search if we have sent you something and why you haven't received it. Users and yeah. The other things are the back end, so I cannot show you. It's our big internal confidential things here, like the reporting and all those things. Because afterwards we pull reports to see who that we have sent what to. So yeah. So basically, because of the information, we have to do what we call data cleansing. Like the fact that one of the people here did not have an address, it's giving us issues when we have to pull stacks to show who stays where and all those things. But this is averagely how we can utilize it on the province. Because the data is not yet cleaned, you know, like Cape Town cannot be a province, you know, Durban and all those things. So we still have to sort that data out. After we sort the data out, it's going to give us graphs to say, okay, in this province, we have so many social workers, so many youth and childcare. Their race is going to be defined by the race, color, Indian, blah, blah, all those things. We have access to such information. The age group as well. If your ID numbers are right and everything, even though we struggle a bit when it comes to the foreigners because we cannot tell age from their passports, but this is a small overview of what is it that you can utilize, how we can utilize the system of ours for digital certificates.
I think let me take Dr. Mpadiso, Ms. Fori, and Khomotso Khare and Shazi before we close.
Thank you very much. Running away.
Dr. Mpadiso. Dr. Mpadiso. Okay, I'm going
Hello,
to.
Mama.
Okay. Yes, go ahead.
Or my registration number?
Or you want him to test your registration number as well? Okay. I thought there's a question.
No,
Okay.
it's fine. It doesn't have a time. No, it's fine.
No. What I want to do is that we close officially the session, and then those who want to stay behind with Ntate Molapo can freely do so.
No, it's fine.
Will
yes,
that
I
be
will.
fine? Yeah. Mefori, is it also a request for your number, or you wanted to ask a question?
Hello, yes, thank you so much for this wonderful session. I just wanted to ask again, what is the right telephone number to call the council at the moment? There's so many numbers and so many email addresses that I don't know what is the right official email address and the right official telephone number for the council at the moment.
Okay, we will type it in the chat bar. Thank you, Ma. TJ Matlo. Do you still have a question? Yes. Do you have a question?
No, it's my hand raised. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
It's not a question, ma'am. Thank you. It's not a question. I wanted the certificate.
Okay. You will stay behind, Shazi.
Thank you, ma'am.
I have to stay behind.
Shazi. Is it an old?
Yes, I wanted to find out. Yes, no, it's a hand. I wanted to find out where and how can we receive the certificates, but then I heard that you said we can stay behind with Mr. Milapo because I'd also love to get my electronic certificate.
Okay, thank you so much. All right. On this note, can we have the agenda back on? I think we at the last item. Lungi?
Yes, ma'am. I'm putting it up. I'm putting it up just now. The agenda.
The thingy. Oh.
It should be up now, ma'am. Thank you very much. Not sure if everyone can see it.
Okay, not yet.
Agenda, come up. Agenda. You have an agenda with me. Come on.
Yes, we can see it.
Yeah, it is on screen.
Oh, okay.
Not showing on my side, but I think we are at the vote of thanks part. I just want to really express my sincere thanks to the following people. The chairperson of IT and Business Reengineering, May Elaine Harris, and her team. I want to appreciate also the Department of Social Development, the National Department, who have assisted us to start the process of overhauling our system. You know, the contributions and the disbursements that we received from the department has enabled us to buy servers, which are doing incredible work for us to be able to store and give backup to all our records here on site, and also to help us to procure computers and a lot of the softwares that we're using now to also be, you know, giving state-of-the-art service, you know, to everybody. And I want to thank our finance committee for also supporting our submissions to make sure that we can launch our call center and the integrated online system. I want to thank NewTab. If the guys from NewTab can please just reveal themselves. They work tirelessly with our IT Strategic Business Unit in Ntate Molapo and Liepo. Also, I would want you to please reveal your videos so that members can just appreciate you. So Sifanele, Abuti Nkululeko, all the guys from NewTab, I want to also just thank you for not letting us down, because we put so much trust. And when we appointed NewTab a year ago, we were just, you know, saying they presented so well and we believe in them, and them being a new young team, we took a risk with you guys and you really have outdone yourself. I want to just say thank you, Spanele, and for all the amazing work that you've enabled us to do thus far. And we know that there's still a lot of work that we have to do to go to phase 2. Liepo, thank you so much. To go to phase 2, phase 3, and finally have everything captured and aligned. We thank you so much, and don't be tired of us always, you know, putting you under pressure. I want this, I want that. So guys, thank you so much, because you can see the sector is very happy, and we're going to continue to be happy, you know, because this is opening a new gateway for us to be able to communicate on time and, you know, have easy access to our service providers who are training providers at the university, and also private training providers for our TVETs. So I want to thank everybody that has put all their efforts and their energies in the right direction to make sure that today we can pre-launch this beautiful service that is going to, you know, make things much, much, much easier. And we will continue to communicate on our website. We will continue to communicate and share. I know on Facebook, there's always, you know, people who are still very unhappy with lots and lots of things, but I'm sure that after today, we all going to join hands and work together to build service excellence in the sector and continue to mobilize and fight the many, you know, atrocities that we have in our country, many social ills that we are facing as a country. And I know that with happy social service practitioners out there, we're going to do our bit. And with that, I want to wish you a very, very beautiful week ahead. And on Wednesday, when we're launching now, the system will be live. So what's going to happen after here, there's going to be a cleaning up of every dummy information that we've put on the system. It will be ready on Wednesday for all new applications to now really go on live. The other important thing that I want to share is that updating your particulars is very, very critical, because the only communication that we have with members is through your phone, through your email. So if you have not updated and you've changed your cell phone SIM card, or you've lost your phone and you did not update, we're going to be sending information to the last known number. So it is very, very important. You've heard Free State earlier on Ausimpo saying, you know, people still do not update their addresses. It's actually unethical. If people are not doing that, they can actually be deregistered. So it is important for the employer to keep people, you know, aware that it's their duty to update us. It is their duty to go on the website and update their information so that everything is accurate. Your residential address or your postal address, cell phone number, landline if you're working and you're using a landline number, email addresses. It's very, very critical, because that is the best way we can communicate. So thank you so much for all the questions that you fielded today. We're going to collect all of them and create a frequently asked question and answer booklet or something that we can put online so that your questions can be answered. So we will compile a nice FAQ you know, booklet online, and also share it through This Week at Council so that people can click the link and see the number of questions that were asked. And as soon as our videos are ready, we will also upload those so that you can see at your own leisure, try again the system until you get it right. But thank you so much. You've been an amazing audience. God bless you and have a lovely day further. Those who want to still stay behind with Ntate Molapo can do so that he can assist you with receipts and your certificates. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Registrar.
I haven't received my that SMS, Mr. Molapo. I don't know whether I should still wait.
Okay, not a problem. I'll look into the SMS server because other people are getting them. I'm just not sure why is other people not getting them. How many are we?
Is it only the SMS, or am I still going to get an email or something?
No, on the one you only get on the SMS. On the one for digital certificate, you only get SMSs only. You click on the link, and when you click on the link, it has to display that information.
Oh, okay. So, but I haven't.
Someone got theirs.
I don't know, sir.
Okay.
And the number that you sent to it.
This is how the process works. Only, I mean, IT. So what happens is, the only time I send the certificates, I have to get a list from finance to say that someone has paid, you know. I cannot just wake up and start sending certificates. I get a confirmation that payment has been captured, and then I can send certificates. So what we need to do is, I'll take. Can you write your information on the chat box? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it to registration. They should compile me a list, and then I'm going to send them before close of business today. Because if we're doing it the way we are doing it, there's people that haven't paid. I can send them a certificate and a receipt now, and they're not paid, and I'll be in breach of my. And then I get. Yes. So kindly on the chat box here, write your registration numbers, and then I'll forward to finance and then compile a list, and then I'll send them over. It takes literally 2 minutes for me to send out more than 100 certificates at once, so I can do that. Okay. Any
No, other it's fine.
Okay.
My details are on the chat box. You'll get them. It's through Jubilee Matune.
Thank you very much. I can see that I see Nomfundo. I see Simon. There's only 2 so far.
Dr.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's Kumojo. Already I said I'll stay behind for the certificate, but you were saying we should write our names and registration number.
Yes, yeah, just the names and registration number so I can take them to finance, because I cannot just be issuing without the proof of payments.
Yes.
Thank you.
I think I've sent, or I'll just resend my information. You want also the email address? Or
No,
the registration number?
the most important thing is the registration number, and then you get an SMS in your messages, and that is if your numbers are still the same one that we have on the system. So I think give me name, surname, registration number, and cell phone number, just to be safe, in case your number is the old one.
Okay, no, it's fine.
Thank you very much.
Right now, thank you.
Don't forget that guy.
Okay, so all the hands that are up are people who want receipts or who want to still talk to Mr. Mulapo.
No, I think the one receipt.
We wanted the receipt, ma'am. Yeah, we wanted the receipt, but we'll send our information on the chat. I've just sent now. Thank you so much for this wonderful program, and keep it up.
Thank you, Askhumutso.
Okay, be blessed. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank
you very much.
Thank you, Mayor.
Register, can I please ask you a question?
Yes, sure.
I wonder if it would be possible and beneficial if we can do a very condensed, short version of today's pre-launch with students specifically. I'm focusing on second year and our fourth year students. Do you think it's possible that we could maybe set up half an hour, 45 minutes, just educating our second and fourth year students on the new program that you've developed?
I'm sure we can do that.
Not a problem at all, ma'am. So what I'll do is I'll try to get up a video, and I'm gonna put it on Facebook before Wednesday. Yes, on Facebook and on our website. And an instruction manual is gonna be sent to each and every client that we have on our database to read through it. So we can arrange, maybe say Thursday, I can sit with all of them on Friday, and then we can do a session again. That's not a problem at all. We're here for them.
Is it a possibility we could have a live sort of Q&A like we did today? Just like I said, just very short, specifically aimed at students with no other professionals, well, maybe university lecturers and that type of thing, but just really focused at educating our students to make this process really easy for them, clear understanding, and then I'm more than happy to assist also in getting the students on board.
Yeah. Can we just get your name and which university you're representing, Ma?
Sure. My name is Renee Morecambe, and I'm part of the student body, the national student body.
Yeah. Okay. So you will type your email addresses so that Mulapo can liaise with you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Register.
Thank you, dear. Anybody else? Nomusa?
Thanks, Ma'am Register. I wanted to check if we can submit as KZN DSD a list of professionals to Tate Molapo for him to assist with the issuing of certificates, because up until today we haven't received the certificates. Or this is only addressing the new applications only?
No, actually,
This is for sorry, Chairperson, can go.
Yes, go ahead, my dear.
Okay, apologies for that. Yes, ma'am. No, we send that through to me. Let's talk about it, because I issued, I think, more than 400 certificates last week. So I'll just have to filter through the list to see which ones are yours. But we did issue certificates. We can talk on the side as well after this, so that we can rectify the result by the end of business today.
Thank you so much.
From KZN.
KZN DSD.
DSD, yeah. We must also check with your HR practitioners.
I'm in HR.
You're in HR systems. Okay. No, I'll check
Yes.
with Lucien and Miss Masipa. Because
Okay,
normally, as soon as they finalize the verification, they send back to the department. So we will check.
Okay, thanks, ma'am.
All right, sis. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we will also be coming to KZN. I think in the next week or so, we will announce when, but registration will be coming on a drive there to help register all those people who are deregistered, and also just visit child and youth care centers in the province. You know, there's quite a number of backlog there. So we will be having a week stay in KZN, and then it will move to other provinces as well.
Ma'am, can I please go to the beach?
Provided you're coming to work. Brato, Malchus, your hand is for a while. Sorry, my dear. Yes.
Okay. Also want to check my status. I checked my checkbook. I write my check in my checkbook. My registration number is 9004971. 4971. Because I'm retired, but I'm still practicing with Isibindi as a mentor in the community.
Okay, Datamulapa will check for you. Okay, Dr. Mpadiso, did you forward your details also?
I did.
Yes, I also, yes.
Okay, all right, we will attend to you. Okay, colleagues, I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Mr. Molapo. Is it okay if I leave the plenary now?
It's okay, ma'am. We'll take all the questions if we
Thank
can
you.
answer.
Yeah,
you so
we'll take all the questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, ma'am. Good afternoon, colleagues. Are there any questions besides the ones that people wrote on the chat requesting their receipts and certificates? If there are no questions, we can close this meeting. Ms. Sengele, you can speak.
Thank you. I just wanted to check with UKZN presentations that if we can organize at the university to have a session with students, maybe online like this, is it possible? Because I think there's more information if they're here for themselves. We normally do the bulk registration, but I like the one-on-one portfolio creating.
Okay. Ma'am, is it possible to send me your details to Lungi M? Yes, Lungi M at SACSSP.
Okay.
Yes, if you can send your request and your details so that we can take it from there.
Lovely. Thanks, Lungi.
You're welcome. Is there anyone with a question or clarity? I think we can close this meeting now. We can close the meeting now, colleagues, if there are no questions or requests.
Halungi, sorry, I did put my details in the chat about.
We can close the meeting now, colleagues, if there are no.
About the student body. Can I just send you an email just as a reminder and a follow-up, please?
Yes, please. If you can send an email to me as well.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Lungi.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, yes, we are closing the webinar now. Yes, yes.
So the certificate, we're still waiting. What do we do?
Remember, all those who are requesting their certificates and receipts, there was a request that they must write their details on the chat.
Yes.
Yes, because we're going to take all those details to finance, then those requests will be processed.
Okay, I've sent mine. It's okay.
Yes, so now
So-
what we're going to do from our side, we're going to capture all those names and details on the chat and give it to finance to approve. Then the IT can send the certificates or receipts. Yes.
Thank you so much, Lungi. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, ma'am. Hi, Ms. Mkwanme.
Yes, can I please have your email, please?
It's Lungi M at
Lungi.
SACSSP. Yes, Lungi M for mother.
Okay.
At sacsp.co.za.
Okay, so I can email you for follow-ups.
You can send us your request of what you need, whether it's a receipt, your details, which is your registration number and your email address. So we're going to take all the details that are on the chats, like all the requests, send to finance. Yes. Then
Okay.
they'll give us a go ahead to send those requests back to you.
Okay, not a problem then. Thank you.
Okay. I am closing the chat, colleagues, and I'm closing the meeting. Thank you very much for attendance.